Hello everyone, my name is Jack. Welcome to the Duck Pond. If you like it here, feel free to stick around, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell notification to get notified when I upload. If you want to catch me when I'm not doing videos, you can check me out on Twitch at ThatGuyJak05 on Twitch. We stream every single week, so come check us out. Today we're starting something very, very new. We're doing ship review. We're here in Star Citizen, as you can see on the beautiful planet of Orison. I've been playing Star Citizen for a while now, but I think it's my time to bring it to you guys. I'm part of a organisation called Colossus Technology. If you want to come join us, there'll be a link description down below. Also, my redeem code will be down below for anyone who's new to Star Citizen and wants to check it out. You get a little bit bonus when you use the code. Without further ado, we're going to go get straight into some ship reviews. I'm once again joined by V. Say hi, V.
Hello.
What ship do we have today, V?
So this is the Asgard new dropship.
Do you have any information or fun facts about the Asgard for us?
So it's kind of a variant of the Valkyrie in that it shares much of the front of the Valkyrie, but then it's got a more modern, updated interior and a sort of larger extended rear and some extra engines, because instead of the Valkyrie, which is a troop dropship, this is a vehicle dropship.
Very interesting. Is there any specific features that this one has, apart from obviously this is a vehicle dropship compared to troop, than the other one?
Yeah, so very few ships in the game can carry the Nova tank, and this is one of them. So it's capable of dropping, tanks on the battlefield, which up until now was mostly carried out by something like an M2, which is kind of a dropship, but it's a big fat target. This thing's obviously not meant to be there. It's also updated; it needs less crew than the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie sort of 3 or 4 crew people. This is just 2. You've got a pilot and a gunner. More damage given to the gunner. There's 6 size 3 guns for the pilot to use, and then a standard turret for the gunner. And then also, whereas the Valkyrie has a top turret that's manned, this particular ship has a missile turret instead. And the reason for that is that the extended vehicle bay encroaches past where the turret seat would be. So in the Valkyrie, the sort of balcony that you would then go and get to the turret is much further back.
And as we enter, what is the SCU limit and the storage limit on the ship?
I can't remember exactly what it is off the top of my head, but I know that this is long enough to fit a 32 SCU crate, so I think you can fit 2 high and 3 across of 32 SCUs, so it's quite substantial, especially for a ship this size, and it does make it a very, very maneuverable, well-defended transport ship, if that's what people want to use it for.
As we're inside, can you give us some little features that you see inside, or features you like about the ship?
Yeah, so like I said, on the Valkyrie, you can see this circle here. This is where you would enter the turret on the Valkyrie. This balcony area here has been pushed back to make this vehicle bay bigger, and so that's why they've sort of had to drop that manned turret on top. But what they've also done is they've turned that back balcony area into a wall with a glass panel, so it's sealed. So again, in the Valkyrie, the entire ship's basically like open, except for the bridge. So if there was any sort of a breach or you had to open the doors, the entire ship would get decompressed. Whereas here you've got an actual separation between the sort of crew up top and the people in the back. It's a lot more sort of modern compared to the Valkyrie as well. So whereas the Valkyrie doesn't really have panels to open and close doors, this has panels everywhere. So there's inside there's 4 panels for the ramp in the places you'd expect. So at the back on each side and also next to the ramp. And then I think there's 2 outside as well to open it. So it's really easy to get in and out. And then obviously you've got the side doors that you can have crew mantle into and out of.
Are you ready to take your game and your grind to the next level? Then listen up, because Dubby is here to fuel your hustle like never before. No sugar, no crash, no junk, just clean energy, focus, and hydration, powered by carefully crafted formulas that actually work. Whether you're gaming, creating, working out, or just taking on the day, Dubby's got your back with killer flavours like Galaxy Grenade, Dub Sludge, and Dragonade, and a whole collection waiting for you at w.gg. Why settle for overpriced energy drinks that leave you jittery and tired? Dubby gives you everything you need and nothing you don't. Real ingredients, real results, real flavour. So don't wait. Level up today, hit up w.gg, grab your favourites and taste the energy of champions. Stay focused, stay hyped, and stay unstoppable with W Energy.
And with the extra door guns as well. So it's a very very well thought out dropship compared to the Valkyrie, which I think is showing its age a little bit and needs an update.
Very interesting. You said about these side doors. Are these actually practical in any actual drop situation? Obviously, we as a group of Black Sheep, also not Black Sheep, at Colossus, haven't really used the Asgard that much, as it's only just been released and we haven't had our operations based around dropping in. But do you think it will be useful, and are these side guns actually useful in a combat situation?
Yeah, it's quite limited what you can do with the side guns. Obviously, you could easily cover the door itself. One of the things that you obviously do lose with the Valkyrie compared to the Asgard is the Valkyrie has 2 remote turrets on the side, single guns, so you get a lot more coverage on the sides with the Valkyrie. So you do lose a lot of that onto the Asgard, but these door guns obviously help. You know, they both have the door guns and they're projectiles, so they'll go through shields. Not great ship on combat. Like, you wouldn't be like, oh, we're in a fight with some ships, let's use the door guns. But whilst you're landing, and you know there might be some NPCs or some players on the landing site, you want to try and get a vehicle off, yeah, you can quite happily shoot through these side guns, and it will quite happily kill players very easily. And also because you've got this nice door that you can just jump out of, if you were dropping off some troops, they can just literally run out and start shooting.
So obviously, with the side guns, you said it won't be useful in ship battles. Do you think it is effective against ground vehicles like the Tumbler, Cyclone classes and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean it varies. I mean you're not going to do much to like a Nova or something like that. You really have to use the ship guns and the missiles for that. But against the lighter vehicles, I mean most of like the smaller bike-sized vehicles don't even have shields anymore. And then projectiles will penetrate sort of 50% damage through shields anyway. So yeah, someone in like a Cyclone, this gun will make them think twice about like just trying to head straight for you type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Shall we continue on this deck further forward?
Yeah, so in the Valkyrie, this would be the sort of drop seats for the troops. In this particular ship, though, instead, this has all been replaced. You've got the components. You've got a couple of seats, drop seats. That would be, I guess, for the crew for the vehicle you're dropping off. And then these components are internally accessible, which obviously is good when engineering comes along. We'll be able to repair if you take damage. And then at the back, you've got the manned turret. This has got really good coverage forward and also below. So in that sort of AC-130 style attacking the ground role, this turret's like really good at that. We did use it the other day, and someone was trying to attack and loot one of our comrades, and was able to quite easily dispatch them with this gun. Again, against even lasers, it's not ideal trying to use a ship gun to attack a player. But if you can just start getting rounds in the general direction, at the very least they're going to think twice. But if you start hitting them, they're not going to last very long.
Very interesting.
And then it's mirrored on this side, so there's an engineering terminal and another drop seat, more components. It's very simple loadout, massive vehicle bay at the back.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the ladder up here. So there's a little hatch here you have to be careful of, so you don't want it to close on your head and kill you. But like I said, this is all sealed off, so when we have depressurization coming into the game, this will be a sealed area. A little bunk room, so you can have the 2 crew members can kip. And then a little bathroom opposite.
The most important part of owning ship.
Yeah. Food dispenser, and then these will be suit lockers when these get added, and weapons lockers. Again, because it's a bit more modern, you actually have the individual weapons lockers. So you've got each of these little cubbies. You've got 2 rifle-sized guns, and then on top you've got sort of 2 pistol-sized things. That could be multi-tool, a pistol, the medical gun, and then you've also got this extra wide one here, which would be your heavy weapon thing. So something like the railgun or the shoulder-mounted missile launcher for FPS that can be stored there.
Very interesting.
And then the other thing left is the cockpit. So you've just got a pilot seat, again sealed behind another door, so a little bit of extra protection as well from behind. And yeah, quite helpfully, it's got 6 size 3 front-facing guns. And this particular ship, it's not as maneuverable as a heavy fighter, but it's very close to being as maneuverable as a heavy fighter. So it's pretty effective in a fight.
And the fact
Obviously,
that
you can something like a Gladys and something we'll be able to quite happily get behind and start peppering it, but when it's coming in to drop a tank off or something, it'll be able to dish out quite a lot of damage forward, get touched down as quick as it can, drop a tank off, and get the hell out of there very quickly.
So obviously, I tested the feature there. The fact that you can now lock doors is very useful as well. So even
Oh,
if
yes.
you do have crew in here and you do get boarded, you are safe as the pilot.